What is up, everybody? 7 here, and today I'm going to show you the best streaming settings for Streamlabs OBS. I'm not going to show you how to set up scenes, those are pretty self-explanatory, but we do have different ones. I use multiple for different games. I play on console and PC as well, so I use one for my Xbox. I do record on this sometimes, very rarely. I use the regular OBS for recording games and Streamlabs version of OBS for streaming. I will make a tutorial later on the regular OBS and best recording settings, but for this video I'm just going to show you the best settings for streaming on here. So what you're going to do, you're going to come up here, you're going to click on settings, streaming services. You could use whatever one you want. I usually stick with Twitch. I don't use YouTube gaming like ever. And once you have that, you can get your stream key. You can find ways to do that on YouTube. Next, you're going to want to come to output. I usually keep it on simple. I do the auto config, but if you don't do that once you download it, go to speedtest.net. I'll leave a link down in the description. You can see how fast your internet speed is and what the best video bitrate would be for you. I stick with the NVIDIA encoder. I have a GTX 1070 Ti, so I usually use that instead of my processor. Audio bitrate, I usually just leave that alone at 160. Like I said, I rarely record on here, but I do have a secondary hard drive just for recording. I don't really use that too often. Recording quality, I use high quality. If you don't have a super powerful computer, I would recommend using something like lossless. It would make the file size bigger, but it's easier for smaller PCs to handle. If not, and you have a powerful computer, go for it. Next on video, I usually stream at 1080. Once again, if you don't have a very powerful PC, I would use the base canvas at 1080 and then the output to 720 and down to 30 FPS. But if you're able and capable of handling 1080 along with your internet speeds, I would stick at 1080, 60 frames per second. Next is the general and under advanced. I usually keep it on normal process priority because my computer runs very smoothly, so I don't ever have an issue with that. Color format, I usually leave that on NV12. YUV color space, I just let it auto config. I don't really mess with that. When it comes down to audio, I use my audio interface for desktop audio. For my mic, I use my XLR mic through my interface. I will leave the link down in the description for those products. If you have more than one mic or more than one person, you can obviously add those in here. If you're streaming console, once again back to video, it's much easier to stream 1080 by 60. So if you're streaming console with an Elgato or an HD PVR, whatever you're using to record, you should be fine using 1080 as long as your internet speeds can handle it. But if you're streaming PC, like I said before, go to 720. Next we have the hotkeys. I use my number pad to start and stop my streaming or my recording. I use the multiply on my number pad. You could put that to whatever you really want, it doesn't matter. It's just easier for me and I don't use that key for absolutely anything else. Next here we have the appearance. I prefer night mode, it's a lot cleaner. You could do the bright version or the dark version, doesn't really matter. You can change your chat text size, your chat width, and everything else you need. The thing I love about this is it does come with themes. It comes with widget themes, so you don't have to do that all yourself. You're more than welcome to still make your own things, whatever you'd like to do. It also helps with the chat bot. You can set all those up. You can set basically your entire streaming setup through just this one app instead of going through a different website. Back to themes, you can choose just widgets and add those. I'll install one just for tutorial purposes. Install this. It comes with the alerts, all that, and once they're installed, you do have the widgets. It goes right to the scene that you currently have open. You can also group all these together by creating a folder up here, naming it whatever you like. I'm just going to keep it a new folder. Shift clicking all those and then dragging it into there, it keeps things cleaner. You can rename this to whatever you want. Name it to tutorial. And down here to make sure they're working, once you get your overlay, you can test to sure they all work. And once you have your overlay, what you can do is separately click on one of these. Say if you have a chat box overlay, you can move that to wherever you have it set to on your overlay. Along with your webcam, you can move that around. Makes it so much easier. The whole process of Streamlabs OBS, I love it so much. It's so much smoother, easier to set up, and there's a lot of help. You can also connect your Discord through it, so you can get Discord chat on the screen as well. Once you go to live, you'll get a live preview of everything you're doing, so it makes sure your stream runs smoothly, so you don't have to watch your own stream and use your bandwidth. You can just watch it here, make sure it's running smoothly. It will also tell you if you have any errors. Go back to editor. You could set up really all of this, image, so on and so forth. It's really easy to set up. And then when it comes to widgets, you can create your own. You can set the settings for them. It's really handy. What I like to do first is I like to get my widgets, set those all up, and then come in afterwards and start adding things. I obviously add my game capture or my display, whatever I'm recording at that time. It makes things a lot easier. Over here you can go to the settings on all of these. By double clicking them, you could change the HTML source. If you know anything about that, you're a free will to mess with literally everything. But I hope that helped. I will be making a tutorial later on the regular OBS just for recording purposes only. Hope you have a good day. Don't forget to subscribe, drop a comment down below if you'd like to see more. Make sure you hit that blue thumbs up.